Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Jazz Cartier.
What's up?
I do it right?
Yeah.
For
A
the
lot of people
longest,
mess it up, but
for,
you definitely got it right.
for the longest time, I'll admit I did say like Cartier, but that's not
It's all
it.
good. It's all good. Now it's Cartier. But I like that you got it first try. We didn't even rehearse this.
Thank you. I try my best. So you grew up in Toronto, but now you're in. We've been all over the place from from listening to your interviews, but like now you're here in the States for sure. Yeah, LA.
Yeah, I grew up everywhere pretty much. I was born in Toronto, and then when I was young, like 9 or 10, um, my mom got remarried. My stepdad's in the military. And then through that, I kind of just like started traveling a lot. And by the time I graduated high school, I was at like 13 schools.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
So I spent like a good chunk of my like earlier years in the States. So it's not like, super foreign to me. I went to school in like Connecticut, Houston, Atlanta, Virginia, Maine, Idaho.
Jeez.
So like I've been all over.
Is Toronto like the LA version of Canada, basically, or is there a different city that tops Toronto?
I would say like Toronto's more New York, and Vancouver's more LA. Although Toronto is a mix of both New York and LA in terms of like, a metropolitan city and the things you can do within the city.
Yeah.
Vancouver has more of like, the wilderness and nature and all that stuff.
Sounds like it's good for an artist though, to like do like an artist retreat in Vancouver.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind, but I like the noise that I get from the city. I can't be somewhere that's too quiet.
Yeah.
If I'm not living there, you know what I'm saying?
So what made you decide to move to LA? Is it just like the biggest hotspot basically for music, or?
Yeah, it just like, in all actuality, it just made the most sense, in terms of like what I want to do, what I'm trying to achieve, and, the relationships I'm trying to build, and just getting in, like putting myself in like a new environment that I'm like, starting from ground zero. Because I feel like I've already accomplished a lot back home, and I could stay there, and and like things would be cool, but then there's no like fire under my ass. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like too many yeses and not that many nos. You know what I mean? And I wanted to come somewhere where it's like, I'm back at the bottom of the totem pole. I'm working my way up, and it's been like 3 years now. I'm doing pretty good for myself.
So it's like a fresh start, but I feel like your name probably like carries over to the States, of course, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's good. So I was listening to one of your interviews, and like I think you were saying like in elementary school you went to like an all white school and you're like one of the only black kids, right?
Yeah, that actually happened a lot.
Dude, I can completely relate. I lived in East Seattle growing up, and from preschool through high school, I was one of the only black kids. So imagine that.
Preschool to high school?
Through high school.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
That's you're strong.
Yeah, I've been told though that I'm a 40-year-old white male in a black man's body, but
traits, but I wouldn't give them all the credit.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so how is LA changed your music? Like it's definitely different from Canada. So I feel like there's like anyone who wants to be anyone goes to LA. So you must be musically influenced there, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm just surrounded by artists 24/7. You know, Toronto, I think we're like bedroom artists where, you know,
Mm.
there's there's some collaborative effort, but we just spend most of our time cooped up in our cribs, coming up with ideas, making music, all that stuff. But out here, it's kind of just like you got to be ready at any given moment because you know you could be at one studio, someone's next door making something, they pop into your room, and then you know I'm seeing something happens, or you could be getting something to eat, and then so gives you a call that you got to fly all the way to Burbank or West Hollywood, go to the studio, and like studio hop all night. So like it's like there's more studio culture, which makes you sharpen your sword every single day, which I appreciate. Um, and just not a day goes by where I'm not making or thinking about music.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you fanboy out here in LA though? Like, cause like you're just running into artists left and right.
No,
No.
no, I don't think. Hmm. Have I ever fanboyed out? Couldn't say I have.
There's some dope ass artists I've interviewed in LA though. Like, do you know who Azizi Gibson is?
Yeah, it's my
I feel
dog.
like you know him.
Yeah,
Oh shit, he was one of my first interviews when the pandemic hit.
yeah, man. It's easy as a homie.
I could see you guys working together.
We actually have we actually have the same housekeeper.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I fuck with him a lot. He's tight. But yeah, I don't think I've ever fanned out over somebody. I just think everyone's like I think when you make the music and you're around so many artists, it's kind of just like, you know, you understand that everyone's human at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I, I just can't off the top of my head. I just don't
That's good though. Then,
recall.
like at the end of the day, like what I've realized too, like artists are just people. You know, it's just like a job. Realistically, it's like you're not. It's on a total different level, but you're not like fucking like, oh shit, look at the garbage man and fanning out over the garbage guy. That's his job. Just like
Yeah,
music is your guys' job.
for sure. Think, nah.
What's it like living there right now though? Because there are the fires. Everything's like locked down right now, right? Like this probably seems like
It's
a ghost
essentially
town.
the same as like living anywhere else. Nothing's going on. You know,
Huh.
all we really get to do is like, you know, make music, find hobbies to do, you know what I'm saying, cook. Like we try to stay as active as possible, you know. So we be like playing soccer, chess. Homies just went to go golf at the driving range, like shit like that. Because anything else is like a dub.
Mm-hmm. Is there any new hobbies that you've picked up, or have you all those things you listed you've already been doing for a while?
My biggest hobby is chess
Chess. Wow.
with the clock too.
Do you play against yourself then?
I have, yeah, but I was just playing against the homie and I won. Just so we have that on record.
Oh shit.
Um, but yeah, we have like 6 chess boards in here. We have like our own little chess league amongst like all the homies that make music.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, that's been like the biggest thing. Chess, golf, soccer. What other hobbies we picking up? I started this like side project um, where I'm like studying fragrances to make my own fragrance.
Oh shit. It's gonna be something bougie as fuck sounding like your name even. I feel like it's gonna be something like hard to pronounce and people gonna be like, oh, this is fancy.
Uh, if not, but you're funny though. Everybody says the same thing.
The Cartier Collection.
Is that the vibe I give off?
That's not a bad vibe. It's just like I can't even pronounce your last album. Is it? Let me just try at least. It's Fleurever.
Forever.
Forever? Just
Forever.
Fleurever. Yeah.
Mm.
Is it French? Or is he just making it sound French?
I made the word up.
You didn't get any French inspiration from it though?
Because the homies back home, they call me Jacuzzi LaFleur, and then I took Fleur and I made a combination. I made like a spin-off of the word forever, but forever.
I think that's a good vibe though. You give off like an elegant vibe. Whatever that means. But I bet you get that.
Everybody says that, but it's like I'm just a nigga for real. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I take care of myself and I have certain standards, but I'm chilling.
Yeah. That's where you gotta be.
Hmm.
Can't be so uptight, even though there's a pandemic. Like, is there anything like you've learned about yourself during this whole pandemic? 2020 is over now. 2021 is we're 8 days into it, I think, right?
I've learned that I'm a great listener. I've also learned that I'm a very patient person. I feel like everybody around me has dealt with with like some sort of chaos, and I just, am a good shoulder to lean on for a lot of people. Also because I can micromanage my emotions, which can be good and a bad thing at the same time. But I feel like this whole time is like a lot of self-discovery that I probably wouldn't have gotten had we been like, no pandemic.
Yeah.
Because we all would have been on the road, going out, doing all the regular shit that we would have been doing, and not really taking time to like, tap into like who we really are as people. And these are things that I'm learning and appreciating now. I can go another year in this pandemic. I wouldn't like to, but you know what I'm saying? Like at first everybody goes stir crazy because they don't know how to really be alone. You know what I'm saying? And there's a struggle in that, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're used to being around people and you feed off that energy around, medium to large crowds. I understand that, but isolation is good, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of great moments that come out of this pandemic and out of this time that we're in that we only thought was gonna last a few months, but it's now coming on to almost a year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that a whole year flew by.
Yeah,
I
man.
promise you though, I can only take so much. Some days it gets to my head, I'm not gonna lie. Some days I'm just like, I wish this shit would be over with, but at the same time, there's bigger issues going on in the world than what I want to do and the frivolous things I want to get into,
I definitely feel like people are either going to come out of this like either strong-minded or very weak-minded, and not saying it's a very generalized thing to say, but like the people that are going to come out more strong-minded are the ones that people are going to notice the most self-growth through. I feel like self-growth is like a huge theme or hopeful theme for a lot of people during this pandemic, because if you are the type of person who started this pandemic thinking it was only going to last for like a week and kept that mindset, we're like almost a year down the hole now. So you had to have evolved. Or if you stay the same, everyone around you is changing and you're going to be stuck in the past.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that would be tragic on your part and everyone else's part. Because if you got friends around you that really care about you, they won't let you still do the same shit that you've been doing. I feel like everybody should come out of this moment with something that they didn't have going into it. And if you didn't, you just wasted a whole year, a year that we won't get back.
Mm-hmm.
A year that the world just, like time just stood still and you're just allowed or given the opportunity to explore things you've always wanted to explore without that fear of, I don't have the time to do it. You have all the time in the world. Ain't nobody busy. People got shit to do. Yeah, but no one's really busy.
Yeah.
It's like we'll have like, a week where it's like, all right, we just want to work all week. Cool. And then the next week it's like, we'll still get work done, but we won't put that much pressure on ourselves because, as long as we're getting things done in incremental gains, we're still making progress, but we're not trying to do it every single day. Who the hell got time to do something every single day when, you're not really getting much inspiration from going from your house to wherever you're going to get whatever done. I think one thing that we took for granted is just social experiences and how much they fuel, for someone like myself who's an artist, my work.
Yeah.
Just conversations with people, men, women, even like family. I personally haven't seen my immediate family in like almost a year now, so it's like
Jesus.
it's kind of nuts, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
Wow.
Like, if you really just think about it, yeah, there's bad shit going on, but it's kind of cool that like everyone's going through it together. It'll suck if it was just like one country,
Yeah.
But we're all going through it together, and I feel like we're all gonna bounce back together.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like you started this like, because you definitely took like a hiatus from like 2018 until 2020. Do you feel like you started like your journey of like self growth from 2018, or?
Yeah, for sure, most definitely. Like I had to do like a lot of, like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that like really got in the way that really like discouraged me from doing anything. I just didn't care anymore. Yeah. It's just like everything just didn't even seem worth like me sacrificing my personal sanity for. And I feel like what's more valuable, clout, money, or your sanity. I would choose my sanity any day of the week. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll just be cool off all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then like when I'm ready to put it out and like I have everything taken care of behind the scenes, I'll be good. And now I'm just like, getting back into the swing of things and getting the like my momentum back to like, what it was.
Was 2020 supposed to be like a comeback year? Do you feel like you released a few singles?
Yeah, most definitely. 2020, like there was like a lot of plans and a lot of plans that just like, didn't come to fruition because we were just hit with an unforeseen circumstance, the biggest of the unforeseen circumstances. So it's like, what do? Do you just sit and complain, or do you just adjust and make it work for you? And it took a long time to adjust because I also have like engineers that I work with, and my main engineer, he's from London and went back home like a week before everything closed down. So he's been stuck in London for a whole year.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like at first, no one was really going to studios because everyone was so scared to get it. So that took a minute, and then like getting back to the groove of like everything, it was just a whole bunch of phases, and then on top of that, trying to finish my project that had to take a little pause on because of what everyone's going through, and then personal stuff. So yeah. But 2021, we can still do the same thing, but now that we're more accustomed to what's going on.
Do you have like a New Year's resolution? Some people don't even do it. I didn't even make one, but
No.
Yeah.
No. I did last year, I had like a vision board and everything. And By the grace of God, I did really accomplish a lot on the vision board. But this year, I'm just manifesting. I'm speaking out into existence. And it's not going to be a singular thing. It's going to be multiple things, and it's not a resolution. It's more so, I don't know what the word is, but it's just more so like an everyday thing, and not just for this year, for next year and the years to follow.
Yeah. I'm on that too. I feel that I felt like for a while I was like letting Jesus take the wheel and like just accepting everything that happened to me that was good was just because like Jesus was taking the wheel. And I feel like luck definitely runs out, or so I've been focusing on not, even if it's not noticeable to other people, I notice when I'm sometimes like mentally lazy, So stepping out of that and actually like making sure, not hoping things get done, but making sure they get done versus just letting Jesus take the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. So that music video they did, like I think it was called Basement, the one that was released like last month, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck do people do? Because I've been seeing that trend of like when artists, or there's like multiple versions of the artist like in the music video. How the fuck do people shoot that?
Shoot on a green screen.
Oh,
and then yeah, like you mark the spot where like you're like standing. You shoot in that spot, and you mark another spot, and you mark multiple spots, and then with editing and stuff, they just place multiple versions of you next to each other.
that was a dope video. Or like when you were like your mouth was open. That part was too.
I think I have pretty good videos.
Yeah.
It's like very important to me to have like strong visuals, but yeah, I'm just gonna continue to try to make my best videos possible.
Oh yeah. I definitely can see that your music has definitely like matured. It's definitely, I could see the growth,
I hope so.
Yeah. It's noticeable. You should be
Thank
proud.
you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Thank you.
So what is some advice that you have for up and coming artists, creators, influencers?
Man, don't live in fear. Don't think about, likes and clout, all that stuff. I would be more so focused on impact, how it makes people feel. The messages I get from people that say like, this song really moved me, or this video really inspired me, or this made me do this, or this is the reason why I'm doing this right now, means a lot more than like social currency. And just take advantage of every moment. Every moment can breed a new opportunity. And if you get invited to a table and you're quiet and you're thinking about why you're at that table, you're not really taking advantage of that moment, because the reason why you're sitting there is because somebody wanted you there.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hell yeah.
That's my biggest advice.
It's good advice. And what is the easiest way for people to reach you?
My Instagram, my Twitter, my everything is just Jazz Cartier, JAZZCARTIER.
Hell yeah. Well, this is the NAST podcast with
Jazz Cartier.
Hell yeah. There we go, man.